Okay, welcome back. Now we are going to write our first PLSQL program. Now there are certain steps that we need to follow when we are writing any program, and those steps will be similar in PLSQL programming also. We are going to write the program. In order to write the program, we are going to use an editor, which is the VI editor. So that's why I wanted you to know the VI editor. So once we have written the program, the second step is to compile the program. This is where we say we are creating it. In our PLSQL, we are creating that program, PLSQL program, and then obviously the third step is to execute it. So these are three steps that we are going to take while doing it. Obviously we are going to do all these things inside the Oracle database. So again, let me log on to the database. The name of the database is Focus1. I have to execute this command every time I log into the Oracle database. If the variable Oracle SID does not have any value, then you won't be able to log into any database. Now there is a Unix command called as echo $Oracle SID, which will display the existing value of the variable Oracle SID. You have to put the $sign here to see what is the value inside the variable. And now it shows me the value is Focus1, and therefore our SQL plus command is going to log into the Focus1 database with the username Shaker and my password. So now I'm inside the Focus1 database. Let me write my first PLSQL program. Now this program I'm going to write into one file. The extension of that file, let me write it down here. The extension of that file is going to be .sql. That is going to be extension of the file. The name of the file can be obviously anything. I'm going to choose the name as prog1.sql. So let me show how to do this thing. You type the command ed and then you say prog1.sql. Now what is happening? Ed is a command which is going to open the VI editor. Ed is the command which is going to open the VI editor. And why is that? Because we are on a Unix or a Linux machine. If we type this ed command on a Windows machine, it will open Notepad. That's the difference there. So now we are going to open a file called as prog1.sql, and here at the bottom it says it's a new file because there is no existing file called as prog1.sql. And now inside this file we're gonna write our first PLSQL program, and now this is where you need to know VI. I'm not gonna go into the details of VI. I'm just gonna say I is the command that I have just typed so that I can start inserting my program or inserting my text. So here is the command: create procedure, and the name of the procedure I'm going to keep it as proc1. Okay, the name of the file is prog1 and the name of the procedure is proc1. Those two are two different things, and I have intentionally kept those different things so that we know that there is a difference there. So file name can be anything, but the extension has to be .sql, and the procedure name is proc1, or you can give any name that you like. So create procedure proc1. Now what is a procedure? Procedure is a type of PLSQL program. There are many different types of PLSQL programs, and I will mention them here. Okay, types of PLSQL programs. What are those types? Type number 1 is a procedure. Type number 2 is a function. Type number 3 is a trigger, and type number 4 is a package. So these are the 4 different types of PLSQL programs that we are going to learn. And now there are differences between procedures and functions and all that stuff, but all these different types of programs are written using a programming language called as PLSQL. So this is the procedure called as proc1, PLSQL procedure. The syntax says create procedure proc1 as, then there is a word begin, and then I'm going to leave some lines blank, and I'm going to say end semicolon, and then I'm going to put a slash here. This is the syntax or the skeleton of a procedure named as proc1. Now your code will come between begin and end. Your code will come between begin and end, and I'm going to write my first line of code there. dbms output and dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, open parenthesis, single quotes, do not use double quotes, use single quotes, hello, single quotes complete, parenthesis complete, and semicolon. Each PLSQL line ends with a semicolon. Each PLSQL line ends with a semicolon. So this is the program that I have written. This is my first program. The name of the program is proc1. This is a PLSQL program of type procedure. So in simple words, I'm going to say this is a PLSQL procedure called as proc1. I'm going to save this by typing :wq, and now I'm back at my SQL plus prompt. So step number 1 is finished. Using the editor command, I have created a file called as proc1.sql, and inside that file I have written my first PLSQL procedure program, and the name of the procedure is proc1, not prog1, proc1, not prog1. Okay, intentional difference. Now step 1 is finished. Let us compile it. How do we compile? By typing @ and the name of the file, prog1.sql. Now, okay, it is telling me that there is already a procedure with the same name. So let me read the error. ORA-00955. Each Oracle error starts with 4 characters, ORA- and there is a number there. And then it says a name is already used by an existing object. Now this is kind of a self-explanatory message, but if we do not understand what it means, then you can go back to the Unix prompt by typing exit command and type this Unix command called as OERR, and then the actual, oh excuse me, I'm going to copy this here and paste it here. ORA, that is the type of the error, and the number of the error is this. So once I type this thing, usually it will tell me what is the message. It will give me a description, the cause and the action. And now Oracle has not done a very good job of documenting this error, but usually you would see here that okay, the cause of this error is this, and you should take this action to fix this error. Just to prove my point, I'm gonna give you a different error, ORA 00001. This is the first error that Oracle has created. The error is saying unique constraint violated. The cause is this, and the action is this. Okay, the cause is actually 3 lines. So you can find out for almost every error based on the type of the error. The type of the error is almost always going to be ORA. There are some different types of Oracle errors also. They will start with a different first 3 letters, and the number is here. And based on the type and the number, with the help of the OERR command, you can find what is the cause and what you should do to fix this error. So remember this OERR command here. And now, since this is a self-explanatory error message, we know that there is already an object with that name. So I'm gonna again log into the database. Now this time I'm not setting up the Oracle SID because it has already been set. You don't have to set it every time. You just have to check if it is not set. Let me just again check it if you want me to check it. It is set to focus 1, and therefore my command is SQL plus shaker and my password there. Okay, so if I compile it again, prog1.sql, it gives me an error. So I'm gonna drop my procedure which I had created earlier. I had created that procedure yesterday. So here is the command to drop the procedure, drop procdure proc1. And now that old procedure has been dropped. Okay, now it is dropped, and now we are going to recompile that procedure prog1.sql. Okay, now since there were no syntax errors, the procedure is created. What procedure is created? The procedure name is proc1, and I'm going to execute this procedure, and I will show you how to execute that procedure in the next video.